This year's best new fantasy books will fill your days with magic. Sometimes, it can feel like the real world is too much to handle. Fortunately, there are plenty of choices for escapism in 2023, with a slew of phenomenal new fantasy books to transport you to worlds of myth and magic. This year's fantasy books offer plenty to choose from. Long-running stories are finally coming to epic conclusions, with authors like Cassandra Clare wrapping up series this year. There are also new stories from beloved authors like Rebecca Yarros, Claire Legrand, Andrea Stewart, Alexandra Bracken, Tahereh Mafi, Shannon Chakraborty, Caroline Peckham, and Suzanne Valenti, plus fresh voices introducing us to their creative fantastical new worlds full of mystery and romance. No matter what fantasy style you enjoy most, there's sure to be something you'll love among this year's best new fantasy reads. Some releases take inspiration from folklore worldwide, with exciting and creative twists on all the creatures, stories, and tropes you love in your favorite fantasy fiction. There's never been a better time to get swept away in the magic and adventure of a really great fantasy book. As a bonus, many of these books are perfect for filling several of the prompts from the 2023 Pop Sugar Reading Challenge. Check out what's coming out when, and happy reading. 1. The Carnival of Curiosities by Amy Gibbs. If you love star-crossed romance, Faustian deals, and the glamour and mystery of the circus, then The Carnival of Curiosities by Amy Gibbs should definitely be on your TBR list. In a strange circus in Victorian London, rumors spread that the proprietor, Aurelius Ashe, has the ability to make any dream come true, for a price, of course. The circus is also home to Lucian, a boy with the ability to conjure fire, and Charlotte, Ashe's ward. When one of the most dangerous men in London blackmails Ashe, the proprietor is left with no choice but to make a devastating deal that unearths secrets and puts everyone's lives in peril. 2. The Saint of Bright Doors by Bhadra Chandrasekara. In The Saint of Bright Doors by Bhadra Chandrasekara, the ordinary world comes up against the magic of mysterious portals and vicious anti-gods. Raised from childhood as an assassin against the sainted, his own father included, Vedder escapes his small town and moves to a city where divine destinies are everywhere. Revolutionary sentiments lurk under the guise of innocuous group therapy, the arrival of a god is portended via spam emails, and strange portals lurk behind plenty of doors. As Vedder unpacks the realities of his own dangerous past, his journey of self-discovery could wind up changing the entire world. 3. Ebony Gate by Julia V. and Ken Bevel. Described as a women-driven, John Wick, set in San Francisco's Chinatown and featuring dragons, Ebony Gate by Julia V. and Ken Bevel combines epic magic with sharp urban fantasy. Himiko Sung, known as the Blade of the Sung clan, never needed magic, despite belonging to one of the 8 most powerful magical families in the world. Then, a devastating battle sends her into hiding, living a quiet life as an antique dealer. When a Shinigami, a god of death, calls in her family's blood debt, she must take up her blade again and recover the gate that holds back an army of the underworld, or her own soul is forfeit. Dark Water Daughter, by H.M. Long. For an epic fantasy crossed with pirate adventure, pick up H.M. Long's Dark Water Daughter. Mary, a Stormsinger, has the power to control the tempestuous seas, but even her powers cannot save her from servitude to the pirate lord Lirr. To save herself, she bargains with his nemesis, her skills at his service in exchange for his help destroying Lirr. Samuel, a disgraced former naval officer, is out for his own revenge against Lirr, and he's also in search of a talisman, stolen by Mary, that keeps his own demons at bay. Pushed to the ends of the earth, literally, Mary and Samuel will have to make the hard choices to conquer forces beyond their reckoning. Release date, July 18. Image source, Amazon.com. 6. The Third Daughter, by Adrienne Tooley. Adrienne Tooley's The Third Daughter. The people of Bel have waited for their prophesied heroine to arrive, the third daughter of a third daughter. When the queen gives birth to the long-awaited new maiden, everyone is delighted, except Elodie, her eldest daughter, who has just lost her inheritance and her future crown. She seeks the aid of a magical apothecary, Sabine, but accidentally gives her new sister Brienne a vial of sadness, not a harmless sleeping potion. When Brienne slips into an enchanted slumber, Elodie and Sabine must work together to revive the new maiden, even as an attraction between the two young women grows hard to ignore. 7. The Jacid Heir, by Sarah Hashem. Inspired by Egyptian lore and history, Sarah Hashem's The Jacid Heir features everything you love about epic fantasy, complex world building, dangerous politics, a lost heir in hiding, slow burn romance, and more. A decade ago, the kingdom of Jacid was destroyed along with its royal family, except for Sylvia, the lost heir who hides in the shadows and hopes never to be found. When she accidentally displays her magic in front of Arin, the prince of the empire who destroyed her home, she's forced to make a deal to help him find Jasadi rebels in order to save herself. As an unexpected connection forms between them, Sylvia must choose between the role she once had and the future she could build. 8. The Weaver and the Witch Queen, by Genevieve Gornichek. Viking history and Norse mythology collide in The Weaver and the Witch Queen, by Genevieve Gornichek. In 10th century Norway, ambitious Gunhild and quiet Odny become fast friends, along with Odny's sister Signy. A wise woman's prophecy spooks the girls and leads them to take a blood oath to protect each other always. When Signy is kidnapped and the family farm destroyed by Viking raiders, Odny is determined to rescue her sister, even as she finds herself drawn to one of the raiding party. Meanwhile, Gunhild, now learning witchcraft in the remote north, learns that her own story is inextricably bound with the king, Eric. The women's journeys intersect as they strive to keep their long-ago oath, no matter the cost. 9. The Sun and the Void, by Gabriela Romero Lacruz. Gabriela Romero Lacruz builds a vibrant, complicated world of determined women, dangerous magic, and whispering gods based on South American folklore in The Sun and the Void. When Reina, an outcast, journeys to her grandmother in search of aid, she is set upon by deadly creatures. Her grandmother saves her life, revealing herself to be a powerful sorceress who now demands Reina's loyalty, as does an ancient god. Eva, meanwhile, is a young woman who seems to be perfect in every way, but she too holds a secret. Magic calls to her. When she answers its siren call, she'll become something she never thought possible. 10. Immortal Longings, by Chloe Gong. Chloe Gong draws inspiration from Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra for Immortal Longings. An annual tournament of dangerous games draws competitors who hope to use the ability to jump between bodies as a chance to win unthinkable riches. Princess Kala Tuolimi joins the games in hopes of having the chance to kill her uncle, the king and the last survivor of the monarchy she's trying to destroy. She finds unexpected allies in Anton, an exiled aristocrat trying to keep his comatose childhood love alive, and August, the earnest adopted son of the king. As their relationships grow more tangled and the games more dangerous, Kala finds herself faced with a familiar dilemma: love or power. 11. Shadows of the Lost, by Maxim M. Martineau. Maxim M. Martineau's Shadows of the Lost is the first installment in a new fantasy series set in a world of mysterious beasts, immortals, and forbidden love. When he was first alive, Gage was a charmer, with the power to bond with magical beasts. Then, he suddenly died and was reborn as one of the immortal assassins of Kruer, with more power than he ever dreamed of, and a darkness waiting to claim him. Kost, the leader of the assassins, bears the heavy burden of guilt over Gage's fate, but that guilt is mixed with a powerful longing between the two of them, if they can learn to trust again. 18. Gods of the Wood, by R.J. Barker. R.J. Barker launches a new fantasy trilogy with Gods of the Wood. Kahan Dunahair is an expert forester, able to navigate the dangers of the deep forest like few others can. He has a secret, though. Long ago, he served a god of fire. When Udini, who serves the goddess of the lost, needs help finding a lost child in the deep forest,